This changes everything as the first bombshell of the offseason has dropped. What does this mean for the Padres in the future? What is happening right now? Let's talk about it. Hi, welcome back to another episode of Padres Digest with your host, Andrew. Today we have breaking news. I literally woke up like 30 minutes ago, saw the news, jumped on here immediately. We'll just reveal it. Also, please subscribe. I don't know why I'm pointing down, but, subscribe. Mike Shildt is retiring after 2 seasons as the Padres manager. Whoa. What? I woke up, I saw it, and I was like, no way. And then I looked at it. Wow. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of mixed reactions right now, right? The haters, they're like, thank Christ. Me, I'm like, I don't know how I feel. And I'm sure there's some people who are like, no, Mike Shildt, you are our best manager ever. So, also please apply. I don't know. There's so many mixed reactions I have right now. So, for starters, I don't think Mike Shildt had a great year this year. I don't think he was bad. I think the players made him look bad in some scenarios. But I don't think overall he had a great year. But I don't think it was a year. I think this year had a lot of fallacies that, can I say that? Fallacies? Does that work there? I don't know. I had a lot of fallacies that didn't work out the way we thought they would have. And I don't think that's entirely on Mike Shildt. I think it's an entire organizational problem. I don't think because of that we should have fired Shildt. But now that Shilt's gone, maybe we can revamp and just redo everything. There's going to be some manager options that there's an article from Kevin Acee that I'm going to read. There's some options he gave us that are internal. We'll get into it. But I think the biggest problem with this, and like I've been saying a billion times all year, the biggest problem with this team is the lack of consistency. And now we're going to fire, or I guess we're going to rehire another manager. So we keep our 2 years, 1 year good year. No, yeah, 1 year good year, 1 year bad year, fired. 1 year good year, 1 year bad year, fired. We're keeping the cycle. And I know Mike Shildt wasn't fired, obviously, but still, we're going to have to find another manager. And I think that might hurt the team, honestly, in my opinion. Depends on who we hire, how great they are. Like, if we hire Bob Melvin again, like, no, we're screwed. I would hate that. But if we can find someone who, I think internal is a good option. I just don't know exactly who yet. But we'll see, right? So let me start with Mike Shildt's letter to everybody. I didn't summarize the article. I just found bits and pieces of it. So we're going to read a lot of stuff today. Just bear with me. But letter from Mike Shildt. It is with a heavy but full heart that I am announcing my retirement from managing the San Diego Padres. It is a decision that I thought about during the season and became at peace with over the last 10 days. I gave every fiber of my being to help achieve Peter Seidler's vision of bringing a World Series championship to San Diego. We fell short of the ultimate goal, but I am proud of what the players, staff, and organization were able to accomplish the last 2 seasons. The grind of the baseball season has taken a severe toll on me mentally, physically, and emotionally. While it has always been about serving others, it takes time. Wait, sorry. I just lost myself. It's time I take care of myself and exit on my terms. I am extremely appreciative to the Padres, Peter Seidler, the Seidler family, Eric Gruppener, AJ Preller, and staff for the trust and confidence to lead this team. I am confident I left things in a better place. However, I am most grateful for our players. San Diego is rightfully proud of the Padres players. It is a group that conducts themselves with class, is dedicated to each other, and the common goal of winning a World Series. I love our players and will miss them dearly. After 34 years of dedicating myself to the rigors of coaching and managing, I can with great enjoyment look back on achieving my 2 primary goals: to help players get the most out of their God-given ability and become better men. Also, to win games, I move forward with a smile on my face, contempt in my soul, and genuine excitement for what God has next. To the Friar faithful, thanks for all the support and keep rocking Petco Park. It is the best home field advantage in Major League Baseball. The team is on its way to that World Series championship you so deserve. Respectfully, Shildt. It's too early for me to read this much. But no, honestly, like when you read that, like managing is one of the hardest things you could do. Not just in general, but like in sports, but like in general, right? You're basically the captain of a multi-million billion-dollar franchise, and a lot of things rest on you. Obviously the players and all that, right? But GM and all that. But like the coach or the manager, the manager is one of the most integral positions in an entire baseball organization, obviously. But I guess we'll put it this way. I want a manager who enjoys that. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, like, I'm not blaming Shildt. I'm not being like, oh, Shildt, a little baby boy. Oh, a little baby boy wants to manage his team. I'm not going to say that. That's messed up. I'm just saying I want a manager when his heart isn't there. Like, I didn't want, like if Mike, English. Like, if Mike Shildt came back next year and his heart wasn't completely in it, I wouldn't want that. You know what I mean? Like, I need, like Mike Shildt definitely gave his all, but he has nothing left to give. So let's find someone else who was willing to give more than everything, 110% for this team, has his heart in it. Again, no shade whatsoever towards Mike Shildt. I am so happy for what you've done for this team, but we got to move on. You know what I mean? But let's move on to the next thing real quick. This is from AJ Preller. He said, "We would like to congratulate Mike on a successful career and thank him for his significant contributions to the Padres and the San Diego community over the last 4 years, including consecutive 90-win seasons and 2 postseason appearances as manager. His dedication and passion for the game of baseball will leave an impact on our organization, and we wish him the best in his next chapter. The search for a new manager of the Padres will begin immediately with the goal of winning a World Series championship in 2026. As it should. As it should. But yeah, I mean, AJ Preller's done it like 15 times at this point. I think I have faith that he'll choose someone good. I know Bob Melvin was kind of a bad call the second season. First season wasn't horrible. But I think if we find someone similar to Mike Shildt, maybe a little bit more Latin flair, let's say, to more be more relatable to the players. Like, I know you named me and Christian just threw out from the last time when Bob Melvin got fired, Benji Gill, I think his name was, the Mexico manager during the World Baseball Classic. I liked him. I don't think he's going to be an option anymore, but I did like him. I don't know what they'll do. AJ Preller will do his due diligence, but I don't know. I liked it. And then, yeah, so this is some possible options to be hired internally from Kevin Acee. They're looking at some internal options. Pitching coach Ruben Niebla, who has molded a successful pitching staff that has been in nearly constant flux over the past 4 seasons, would seemingly be a lock to be interviewed. Baseball operations special assistant AJ Ellis, a longtime major league catcher who worked closely with Shildt this past season, is widely considered a future manager. Scott Service, I remember from the Mariners, but yeah, who managed the Mariners from 2016 to 24 and was a catcher in the major leagues for 11 seasons, is now a special assistant in player development who is highly regarded in the organization. The Padres could also interview bench coach Brian Esposito and former player Mark Loretta, who serves as a special assistant to CEO Eric Gruppener. Honestly, the only person here I would really like is Ruben Niebla. I mean, don't get me wrong, like Scott Service, if I say his name wrong, I'm so sorry. Like, I know he's a good manager, but like the Mariners have never been to a World Series, and over that almost 10-year stretch, I just don't think he has a lot of playoff experience, and I don't really want a manager without any playoff experience. Obviously, Ruben Niebla has never managed before, but like he knows this team very well, and he can still work his magic. You know what I mean? And we just talked about it in another video too, about how we could lose Ruben Niebla to a managerial position, but I said if Shildt leaves, we could put Niebla in as the manager and then Ben Fritz as the pitching coach. So I actually don't hate Ruben Niebla. I feel like we could maybe do better. No offense to him, but I feel like we can do better. But he is definitely an option. You know what I mean? And then, yeah, just a couple more things. He managed virtually every game with an urgency that was uncommon in a sport that has 162 games in a season. He has worn out at the end of days that involve spending 12 hours at the ballpark. He is unmarried and essentially never stopped thinking about the players, the opponent, the best ways to win, and by his telling, his single-minded devotion to all aspects of the job came at the expense of his overall well-being. So the man whose path to becoming a big league manager was extremely unique, given that he did not play past college and got his start as a high school coach, made a rare decision to call it a career. It was in the season's last month, he said, that he came to the realization that he might need to step down. It is way too early for me to be reading. I'm so sorry, y'all. But yeah, let's look at his records, though. I mean, 2018, positive. Everything he's done was positive, right? And he's had 4 90-win seasons. So I mean, it's not like he's been bad. Like, he's never been bad. But, well, I guess 2020 was kind of close to being bad, but you know what I mean, right? So, yeah, I mean, he was good for us. I'm not going to lie. He was definitely good for us. Out of all the managers we've had, like AJ Green, Mike Shildt, Bob Melvin, why can't I think of the other guy? AJ. Oh, God. You know what I'm talking about. I don't know about my memory. Hold on. This is going to bother me. Give me a sec. Jace Tingler. There we go. Andy Green, Jace Tingler, Bob Melvin, Mike Shildt. I think out of those hires, I guess Bud Black too, from the AJ Preller era, I think Mike Shildt is probably the best one, in my opinion. Right? I mean, Bob Melvin is an old school guy, and it worked for like a season. Then it kind of just fell off. But yeah, I mean, also a fun fact I saw that I absolutely hated. Two Padres interim managers are now in the NLCS with Pat Murphy for the Brewers and then Dave Roberts for the Dodgers. So I hate that fact. Anyways, yeah, just last one real quick. Oh, yeah, there we go. Shildt, 57, who had 2 years remaining on the contract extension he signed with the team in November 2024. The Padres went 183 and 141 in his 2 years at the helm in San Diego, making the postseason in both seasons before joining the Padres. My bad, Shildt managed the Cardinals from 2018 to 2021, including winning NL Manager of the Year honors in 2019. The surprising news means the Padres will become the 9th team to change managers this offseason and the 8th with an active vacancy after the Rangers hired Skip Schumacher to replace Bruce Bochy on Friday. And I like Skip Schumacher, so, you know, it'd be a wild, it's not going to happen, but it'd be wild if we had Will Venable as a manager from the White Sox, but I don't think he wants to leave the White Sox just yet. But yeah, that'd be funny. But yeah. Let's just look at some reactions real quick. Congrats to Mike Shildt on his retirement. Did not see that being the way this relationship ended, but happy for him and grateful for the postseason runs he brought to the San Diego Padres. Yeah, I mean, I'm grateful for him. Like I said, if his heart's not in it, full happiness for his retirement, but we need to move on. Here's another. It's for the haters. Here's one for you guys. Not surprised one bit, the pattern that played out in St. Louis reared its ugly head in San Diego. Philosophical differences in lineup construction, too stubborn in sticking with his players, and inability to make adjustments. He lost the clubhouse and wasn't comfortable in being stern. Actually, I don't just necessarily disagree with that. I don't think it's wholly, like I said, wholly his fault, but I don't necessarily disagree. And I think the players made him look bad a little bit from being inconsistent, but yeah, I mean, if we can get a new manager to get those consistencies consistent, then absolutely, I will love that for the rest of time. And then Coach Kent, I should say, before you yell at me. Mike Shildt announces his retirement. Padres need to hire someone from the outside the organization that will hold all the players accountable. Hopefully, they take their time and get it right. You're out to win ball games, not popularity contest. He says outside the organization. I don't necessarily disagree, but I feel like someone who's at least slightly familiar with the players. Like like Tatis Sr., for example. Why not him? Well, I would prefer him as a hitting coach over V-Rod, but he's like an example of someone outside the organization that does know the players a little bit. You know what I mean? I guess technically also Bob Melvin, but I don't want Bob Melvin. Why would you want Bob Melvin? But you get what I'm saying, right? And then possible internal managerial options. We just saw this, but Ruben Niebla, Mark Loretta, AJ Ellis, Scott Service. I think that's how you say it. Brian Esposito and Bruce Bochy is technically an option, but I don't think he wants to manage anymore, to be honest. He's getting really old. And David Ross. I don't think I want David Ross either, to be honest. I mean, if he gets hired, I'm not going to like hate it, but like I think we can do better, in my opinion. And then Machado and Tatis Jr. will enter the 8th season together with the Padres without playing for a single manager for more than 2 years during that season. Really thought Shildt would be the end of that trend. And then one more and I'll release you guys. Hope Shildt is good physically and mentally. He was a solid-ass manager and seemed like a good dude. Appreciate his time in San Diego. But yeah, there's so much to go over. We're going to have a lot of videos coming up. I mean, Christian's going to have a video talking about possible options eventually. But how do you guys feel right now? Are you upset? Are you happy? Do you wish him the best, or do you hate him and want him to go away and retire forever? Who do you want as a possible option? Just let me know how you feel. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Please subscribe. Go Padres and AJ Preller. It's all up in your hands now. Get us someone good, please. Goodbye.